Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another edition of the England Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And Roger, I'm just gonna say another day, December.
It's December. Good morning, everyone. It's
December.
December, so it's dark, it's wet, it's cold, it's winter.
It's
Almost,
winter. It's
almost.
reality now. Wow,
It
we
is. It is.
we were spoiled until deep into November. So
We were, and we still are to some extent. And I saw some news today saying that they expect this winter to be rainy and mild. So this may be what it looks like for most of the winter this year. So, which is not a bad thing. If we can do this, then we certainly have a wonderful next few months, as you really don't want to have the snow and the cold -30s for too long. So it is something to look forward to. If it's going to be mild, not so keen on the wet, but I'm okay with the mild.
I'm okay with the mild to the wet. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the rain and the snow. If it's not gonna be freezing rain, I can live with it. But
It just feels crazy when it's
it's
raining
just
in the
it's
winter, but
in the
but,
winter. Yeah.
but
No,
you're
I
right.
can I
You're
can
right.
deal. Yesterday we had a mixture of rain,
Yes.
snow, everything. So
Everything came down yesterday. It was
yeah,
snowing, raining at the same time. I wonder how it did that. It was interesting, isn't it?
it was definitely. Yeah. So again, as usual, is lots on tap, lots of sports happening. Cricket. Wow, some good results. Sport cricket.
Good
Um, Bangladesh.
for. Oh, yeah. Okay,
The
okay.
Bangladesh games.
Okay. I
There's
thought we were talking about West Indies A, but anyway.
No, we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll give an update on the West Indies A, not the greatest result. But yeah, the cricketing world is then the India and Australia T20 series.
That was exciting. That was
That's,
exciting for
yeah,
me.
and we will talk a bit about that. We'll also get into some track and field
Yeah. Always
and
lots of stuff happening on the track, off the track. Lots going on with and about track and field.
a lot of stuff on the track, and then also some soccer because it's one more game and then, wow, St. Clair is done.
The legend, the Canadian
Yeah,
legend. You know what? You got to give her props. She deserves everything she's getting. Ryan Reynolds reached out to her, told her she could come join him at Wrexham. So she's having a ball in her last two games here. So she deserves everything she's getting. She's a true
she
legend
does.
and definitely one who changed the sport for Canada.
She does for sure. And I wanted to start actually with some good news because we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Angel Reese, she's back on the court and she did well. She had 19 points
There
to
you
help her
go.
team LSU beat Virginia Tech, and she actually spoke about some of the things. And I was shocked, pleasantly surprised to hear that Shaq has been talking to her every day.
That is awesome to see the support that she's getting from high profile people like Shaq. And I'm happy she's back. I'm truly happy she's back and she's still doing her thing, which is so good to see. She's not down, she's up and she's performing well with all the circumstances going on. She's still there, doing well.
She is still there. She was saying basically it was mental.
Yeah,
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 she's still there. She said it was basic mental issues. She's gotten over that. She wanted time to
yes.
work it out. So, you know,
And that become, I don't know, with COVID, it sort of became a popular thing to say that people are
it,
realizing the mental aspect and how important it is to be treated and to be looked after and to be supported. So yeah, she did the right thing. I mean, I see Naomi Osaka doing the same thing. So a
hmm
few athletes are doing it and coming back stronger.
yeah,
Uh,
a few of them are, and as you said, they come back stronger. So happy to see she's back. She looks like
awesome.
she's happy. She's smiling. She did an interview where she said she's sure Shaq has called her already, but she hadn't had the time to check her phone. But you know,
Shaq's the man, man. Shaq's
and he,
a true trooper. I really like him.
yeah, she said he was honest with her, telling her the good, the bad,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything that she needs to do. So
yeah.
I'm happy to know she's back. Happy that it's nothing about her grades and attitude and stuff. So,
That's
but
really good to hear. Really good to
as you
hear.
said, mental issues, something we're hearing a lot these days, and
Correct. Correct.
yeah, and there if in Sports Canada, it's been a big thing. There's actually now a
Yeah.
section. There's courses on mental issues, dealing with mental
Yeah.
issues. Yes, yeah.
The awareness is awesome. So, before people shied away, especially men, but now just put it out there, get the support you need, and you have a chance to be better. So, it's truly awesome, the awareness and the structures that are being put in place to support mental health.
Yeah, definitely, it is so good to see people getting assistance because it's sometimes we just, I guess, as a Caribbean person, we brush those things off a
Yeah,
lot, you
usually,
know.
usually.
But
It didn't exist when I was growing up. No one spoke
no,
about it.
no
No
one
one.
spoke about it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we saw people with mental issues and referred to them as something else instead of yeah,
Correct. Instead of supporting them, we look
yeah.
down on them and all of that. So it's learning and awareness helps that, and the education is helping that, and the structures in place to support it is there now. So we hope it can become like that in the Caribbean as well. It's still a little behind, but here in North America, there's a lot of things happening that will support mental health awareness and getting you better.
Yes, let's hope so. And we're gonna keep looking at her and see how she does. And I'm just
Yeah,
looking for her to get better and better as time goes by. So
sure.
good to see Angel is back.
Watch her progress and see how far she goes and how long she keeps going as good as she is, because she's a great player.
Another person is back, but in a different sport is Tiger. I don't know if you had a chance to watch him. He was on the show.
Oh, Tiger is back. It was
Yeah,
awesome
he's
to see
back
that he's
and back.
back. But you know what? I'm not surprised. He said it. He said, I got tired. you know,
Of
I felt
course.
sore everywhere. So he admitted it.
And you can
Sore
see it too.
everywhere.
You can see he
Yeah,
played well to start, and then
started
you
well.
can just see him going downhill because what over 7 months you haven't played
Great, exactly.
competitive tennis. You can't
Yeah.
just go out to competitive golf and
Yes.
walk the course, and he's got to walk it for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. So he's great, but he's not that great, and he's not that young anymore either. So now he's 47, and he says he's battling mental and physical fatigue. So, it's not only the physical, as you talked about, to walk around and all of that, but mentally to stay locked in for 4 days after you haven't played for so long, it's very difficult. And it really showed, no matter how great he was or is,
Hmm.
he just struggled with this one in the latter part.
He did, and just one of the shots that he played, and he went up into the bushes, and the commentators actually said if he had a proper caddy, he probably would not have done that. But you can tell he made a decision quickly, and it
Yes.
just didn't seem Tiger-like. And
No, no.
yeah, it was just. And then yesterday he got a little better. Yesterday he
Yeah.
shot I think 2 under yesterday.
Wonder,
So
yeah, yeah.
so he came back. He played pretty good. He looked good again until about the 15th hole, and then
Oh,
the
and
fatigue
down the hill he goes again.
downhill.
So,
So
yeah. But you know what? The important thing for me, he's back, he's playing, he seems to be enjoying himself. He's a little more open to the public now and all of that. So I'm looking forward to. And the key thing he says he will continue to play as long as he thinks he can still win. So I'm hoping we can see a lot more Tiger in the future.
so do you think he's gonna get that 84th? Because he's got tied 83.
You know what? I think that one last one is going to happen. I do believe. I don't know when though, but I have the feeling that he's young enough to make it happen.
Yeah, I think so too. And the fact that he said he's gonna play at least once a month, I think he's looking at that and thinking he likes trophies. I mean, he's got
He
money, but he likes trophies.
loves trophies
Yeah,
more than I like here. This man loves to win. That's all he knows, and he loves to win trophies. So
yeah.
yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, they've got tied on 82, so he's gonna try and play that. I'm sure and get that 83 and to be out there by himself. So
I
for
think he
sure.
will. I think he will, and it sounds like he's taking a measured approach. As you say, month by month, he's not going to rush himself or whatever. So he's matured in the sport, and I think he knows how to win. So he'll figure out how to get one, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. But the other person that came back from back injury and surgery to was Will Zalatoris, and
Yeah,
good to see him back because when he left, he was almost at the top of his game,
his game. Yeah,
and
yeah.
but he's still a
Injuries.
good player. Injuries, and he actually said to see Tiger coming back is just incredible to see because he knows
Motivational for sure, right?
because he went through that one thing, and he's
Yeah.
Tiger can gone through so many stuff and
He's
still
gone through
come
like
back.
about a million things in personal stuff, physical stuff, and he's back
Yeah,
and he's competitive. So
yeah,
the strength of a tiger.
yeah. He's very competitive. But the golf itself, Scotty Scheffler, the world's number one, he's at the top of the table, and he
Yeah.
hasn't played since the America against the rest of the world
World,
tournament.
yeah,
They, yeah, he hasn't played there again since that. And he's Jordan Spieth is playing well. He's at second, and
second.
Justin Thomas fourth behind Brian Harman. So some good names at the top. I mean, it's only 20 players, top 20 in
Yeah,
the world.
world, yeah, yeah.
Well, not the top 20 in the world, but
No,
top 20 are the best in the world.
world. I know.
Yeah, yeah. So Tony Finau, good to see him back too, because I hadn't seen him for a long time.
Long time, yeah. I wonder if some of these guys take mental breaks.
I think so. And as we mentioned, mental breaks, getting away from the hero. There's a lot of talk of John Ram leaving.
Yeah. And what do you think? Do you think he should?
There's talk that he may go over to the other league, the
Yeah,
LIV,
yeah,
and
I know. But should
it's
he?
I
That's where the
don't.
money is, you know. What? I don't know.
It's money. It's money. It's all about money
Money,
because
yeah.
on the PGA you're playing against some of the best players in the world, but I think like Harold Varnier said, the third said, for him it was just money and
Money.
nothing else.
At the end of the
Yeah,
day, and I think eventually they're gonna have to do something like a merger or something because they can't exist the way they are for too long. So take the money now if it's there.
it is. Yeah. So, but that begs me to question the Raj. There was some talk about a merger. So
Yeah,
how does that work? The players are still jumping. Would they? Isn't it that they will play together, or they're
I
gonna exist separately?
that's the thing that I wanted to figure out because they announced it and they never gave any details, and they still have not given any
Right.
details. So it's a wait and see game for that. But I think they're gonna have to come out to a deal that makes it best for everybody because the PGA is saying it's gonna be difficult to survive. So let's merge. But they haven't figured out how that merger is going to happen. And the steps, as they say, the taste is in the pudding. So let's see if it's going to be baked properly.
Yeah, we'll see. And one other thing on golf before we get off of that, the USGA is set to announce their ball rollback. So the distance of the ball, I don't think it's sitting well with a lot of players.
I I know
And
you're a player too, so is it sitting well with you? Because I'm
well,
not a
for
big
me,
player, but I mean, so I would say, but for the players like you,
I don't think it's going to be for amateurs. I think it's just for the pros. But how do you determine, okay, this ball's go?
exactly.
I don't know, but it's not good for production for the companies either because you now have to go and change over your whole production process for making balls for the pros and then for the amateurs, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a lot of things to think about, but I don't think it will sit well. And the guys who are shorter already, I mean, they're gonna
Yeah.
even be shorter. It's not
Like,
everybody on the pro that hits it long. There's a
I
few that
know,
hits it long, but
I know, I know.
yeah.
It's gonna be
So
interesting to see, but I like to see, in some things as long as it's not too ridiculous. People are trying to change the sport to make it more exciting and to change just for change sake some of it. But at the end of the day, I think I'm not so sure if this is a required change.
I don't think so either. I think they've tried so many things. They've tried to make the course longer. The guys
No,
still, it doesn't matter. Somebody's gonna find some. Maybe if they pull back the ball, they will make the drivers and the irons better.
better.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's yeah for
the
sure.
game is gonna evolve, but I don't think this is one of the things that it needs to evolve.
No, I don't think so at all. So that's one. I'm waiting to see what happens on that. Is there anything else you want to chat about golf, or if not, we can talk about the end of season for the Formula One, and it's the second year in a row without Hamilton winning. Not
I
even one
know
race.
it's F1, man, and I think I don't know. I think he said it. He said sometimes during the season I actually doubted myself.
Yeah, he did. He said
Is it
that.
me? Yeah, is it me or is it the car? Do I
Yeah,
still have it? Has it gone?
yeah,
So he's questioning himself, but I think at the end of the day, he realizes it's just a car, it's not him.
yeah. It's the car, and for him, I think he's such a great driver that sometimes you're gonna question yourself because you know you're good,
You're good.
and but then but then you'll question, am I still as motivated as my reflex as
Exactly.
I get older? Are my reflexes going or
The
something?
same.
You know?
Exactly. I think that's where he is
Yeah,
now because
yeah.
it's 2 years, as you said. You don't go from winning every year to 2 years without a win. So I
Not
think
even
it's,
one win on
I
the
know.
circuit. Yeah, it's not like yeah, first time
Yeah.
ever that happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
But mentally he's strong. But let's
Hmm.
see if next year comes and his car isn't doing what it's supposed to do, how long he can keep going with that motivation, as you said, because I know it's not good to get adjusted to losing. So and I think he's
No,
struggling with that.
Yes, he's struggling with that, and I hope that he can come back because I hope he gets a good car
Good
actually.
car, yeah. In my opinion, as long as he gets a good car, he's gonna win.
Yeah, I think so too.
If he got a car equal to Max Verstappen's car, I think he would be beating him. Even if it's 50-50, he would be winning some races for sure,
Hmm.
right? You wouldn't have one man winning 19 out of 22 races. I mean, that's just ridiculous almost.
Yeah, it will be ridiculous. But as usual, as we expected from race one,
Yeah,
Verstappen is the champion.
yeah.
Red Bull champion team, and Mercedes was second, right?
They held
So
on for second.
they held on to second there,
They
yeah,
did.
which
They
was
did.
good.
It was great.
So it's good for a team result for them, but
Yep.
individually, not good
No,
for Max.
no.
Not good for Lewis
And,
at all. And
yeah,
but yeah, I'm sure he'll bounce back big next year.
for
George
sure.
Russell probably thinking too that he needs a better car also.
For sure, for sure. So he thinks he's great, and I think he wants a chance to show that he's great. So
Yeah,
give him a car. Let's see if he can do it.
yes, for sure. Well, we'll just have to see how they go this winter in their practices and everything, and then come back next year.
Next year. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was a boring season.
a
I
boring
must admit.
season.
but
It's the
but
first season I didn't pay him a lot of attention.
you know the winner of the race before it started, and no matter
Mhm.
what position Verstappen started in, he's almost guaranteed to win. So
Exactly.
uh,
Start from 19th and still come in the top
no,
three. It's- yeah, it didn't make sense.
no, no,
It's just one-sided.
too one-sided, too one-sided.
Yeah, so not sure if anything on tennis. Yeah, we do have some
Yeah,
news on
we have
tennis.
lovely, lovely tennis,
Yeah,
because
some
Sinner,
news.
look at
Oh
Sinner.
yeah, Sinner won. We thought he was gonna lose, but
Lose. We gave the game to Novak and said,
yeah,
Novak is going to do it. He not
but
only defeated Novak, he went into the finals and led Italy to the
yeah,
Davis Cup title over Australia, ending a
y-
46-year drought.
yes, he did, and
Uh,
kudos to him.
big kudos. I mean, you know what? He's put Italy back on the map. He's put himself on the map as
But
a
yeah,
great player and all of that. So it was awesome to see. Sometimes you need to break up the superstars winning all the time. So it was a shock to me personally to see
hmm
him beat Novak in a competition that Novak expressed that he wanted to win. So it was a little surprising, but yeah, he took them from the semifinals to the finals and won. So truly, truly awesome to see, and kudos to Italy taking the
yeah,
Davis Cup.
yeah, for sure. It is kudos to them, and
Very, very exciting times, I tell you. Very, very exciting times for tennis as we look and see Rafael Nadal.
um, yeah, Nadal is coming back, right?
He
So
says, you know what? Too much good things are happening out there, and I'm not part of it. I will be
I
back. So let's
kind of
see.
expect you to get a win.
He's coming back Brisbane International in January, and
Yeah,
he says next season is going to be his last season. So 2024 is going to be his last year. So I mean, just like I said, Tiger's going to find a way to win one. I think he may find a way, if not to win, to get to a final. I think this guy is one of the most competitive guy I've ever seen play tennis, and I believe he's gonna find a way to do it. He's tough like nails, man. This guy,
yeah,
I tell you, you have to respect his energy and his motivation and his toughness. So I believe he's gonna find a way to do something. Not sure which. Well, it's the French.
yeah. The French. If you pick
He's
for
coming.
any, it's a French.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come back for one more French, and you never count him out.
Yeah, you can't count him out in the French at all. And but the other one, I think he's gonna be rusty when he comes back first, but that's expected. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you would see him get better as it goes along.
For sure, for sure, for sure. But
But
also in tennis, I mean, I saw Saudi Arabia. I mean, they're trying to get into tennis now too, right? So they're
we
going into
support.
every sport. So they're asking for the season-ending World Women's WTA Finals to
They
come
didn't
to
get it.
Saudi Arabia. So
Um, they were supposed to have it, but they didn't. Went to Mexico,
yeah, I
and
know.
then they think they still want to have it next year.
They
So
want to have it next year. So
yeah,
and if they need to spend $2 billion to get it, I think they will. So
they
it's going to be
did.
interesting to see if, because the women in Saudi Arabia are not equal to the men in general.
Correct.
So it's going to be interesting to see if they. I'm surprised actually they wanted the women there, not the men. But it's interesting to see how that's going to work out. It's going to be an interesting step for them. But they want to get into every sport, and the women tennis is the next one on the list for them.
Yeah, they're really. figured out that sport is the way to go, and that's how
Yes.
they're gonna get it
They're
going for sure.
they're diversifying their economy. So it's all about the oil. It's no longer about the oil. It's now oil and sports.
Oil and sports, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it's wow. We'll see what happens with that if they get it. But I'm sure, as you said, the money is not going to be an object, so they will make
Nope.
sure
They'll
that
find a way to get it.
they find.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
So you're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. It's the England Roger Sports Hour, and Roger cricket. Lovely cricket never
Yeah,
stops.
before we get to cricket, there was a question I had to ask you. So
Hmm.
LeBron James' son, Bronny,
Oh yes,
he's
Barney.
now
Yeah,
cleared to return to basketball after 4 months after his cardiac arrest. So I don't know about this one. I'm always nervous about this, but
I
you
am
think he
too.
should be, you think he should be coming back so soon?
No, I don't think so. I think I saw that and I was thinking 4 months after it's so soon. So
To me,
maybe
it's soon.
yeah, he should take the year off and
I
see how.
believe so too. He's 19, so I mean his recovery is probably going to be awesome compared to mine and yours. But I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's only 4 months.
but I think there was some other player who played at the same college. Yeah, uh, at Southern California had a similar incident and is playing now, but I'm not sure how soon after he came back. But four
Yeah,
months, it's crazy.
seems short. Seems short.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the only other thing before we go to cricket, lovely, lovely,
Mm-hmm.
lovely cricket, is horse racing. So we don't
Okay.
talk a lot about horse racing, but today is the
One of
Mooted Mile
your
in Jamaica.
the what's that?
The Mooted Mile in
Oh
Jamaica.
yeah.
And it's going to be
Okay.
on Fox in North America. So
Wow.
it's a big purse, the biggest, the richest race in the Caribbean, with a purse of 150,000 US dollars. So it's attracted USA based horses, North American jockeys, and it's going to be showing live on Fox. So kudos to Solomon Sharp and his team there in Jamaica to get the horse
Is that
racing
at
in Jamaica.
Caymanas Park?
Caymanas Park. Yeah,
Caymanas Park, yeah.
Caymanas
Wow.
Park. So I mean, this afternoon I think it's
What time?
4:45. I think it's 4:45
4:45. Okay.
on Fox. You're gonna see the Mooted Mile from Jamaica live on North American television. So it's a huge event. So I just wanted to mention it because it's the first ever. You're gonna see
Yeah,
something
it's
like that
it's
happen.
historic, so I'm gonna have a look at that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna watch it. So anything to support the Caribbean people.
There you go.
Whatever.
And the favorite in the race is this horse called Atomica, who's owned by Don Webby, who is the CEO for Grace Kennedy. So
Mm.
let's see if Grace Kennedy can get another winner here because yeah, Webby's a very, very, very nice guy. And for him, I really hope his horse wins today.
Actually, when I played cricket, one of the guys who was a big supporter and scorer was Howard Webby. So I wonder if any relationship
They may be related because
that
that's
could
not
be
a popular
related.
name
It's
at
not a
all.
very popular name in Jamaica, no.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, great. So
Yeah.
look forward to seeing that at 4:45 this afternoon. Tune into Fox. And
Yes. Let's watch and see Fox 5. Let's see how it goes.
yeah. Okay, we'll now get into talking some cricket, and we'll start with Bangladesh and New Zealand. And a good upset, Roger, in my opinion. It's good when the big teams and the top ranked teams get
Get
beaten.
knocked out by the.
Yeah,
You know what though? It's a nice upset. I mean, it was a surprise to me though. I know what you call it an upset to me, but it was a surprise to see how they handled New Zealand.
but they're home. They're ranked number 9 in the Test ranking. New Zealand is fifth, so definitely a big upset, and especially New Zealand with Kane Williamson. So you expected that they would have done better. And I expect he scored 100, and New Zealand had a lead in the first
I
innings.
know.
So not a big one, but good enough that you thought that they were
It's
going to
New
do
Zealand,
something.
right? It should be
Yeah,
enough.
should be enough. And yeah, but the six four in the second innings by Taijul Islam, 6 for
Yeah,
75 was the difference. And
big difference. Big
it's
difference.
always good that teams can win at home. And
Always, always.
good for cricket also that lower teams, because there's so much talk about Test cricket dying and
I
only
know.
the top 3 or top 4 should be playing Test cricket. A tier system, especially, they're talking about. So when teams like Bangladesh beat New Zealand, it shows that it just needs some more funds maybe in the countries.
Exactly. They need the opportunities, and that's the end of the
Not,
day. You know, you put them in a tier two, and they don't get enough opportunities. They don't
yeah,
have enough money in the first place, so it's hard. But I mean, yeah, give them the opportunities to play often with the big guys, and they will beat them more often than they are today.
yes, I agree with you. I gotta say hello to my buddy Reese Tellen, who's been interacting and giving his comments here.
Yeah, I see Reese out there
Yeah,
talking about how dull the F1
yeah,
has become, and I'm with you, Reese. I am with you on that one. It's
yeah.
not worth
Reese
watching
is
much anymore.
Reese represented South Africa a former fast bowler for South Africa,
Ah, cool.
and an avid sports fan, a great coach, and yeah, he's a good guy, very good guy.
A good guy. So we're talking
Yeah,
his sport now. We're talking cricket.
playing cricket. Yeah, I'm sure he will have a lot to say to me about this cricket. Yeah. Yeah, so Bangladesh, a good win for them.
Yeah,
And I have the second test coming up pretty soon.
yeah.
And let's see if they can repeat it. But I
I doubt
don't
it,
think
but
it's
I
going to
mean,
be easy.
I doubt it.
I
You
don't think
never
it's going
know.
to be easy. Starts on
Never,
Tuesday.
yeah, never say never, but yeah, I doubt it.
The advantage is they're home. So the spinning
Yes,
tracks may help them again. So
for sure, for sure.
other series I'm going now is India getting some revenge on Australia somewhat.
Is it is it a revenge? Because I mean, the big one was lost by them.
Yeah,
So I
the
mean,
World Cup. So I guess
whatever
they,
they're getting now, maybe Australia's just laughing and saying, "You can take this. You can have this.
yeah,
I got the
uh,
World Cup."
yeah. But it kind of shows if for Australia it's so important. Both teams are trying to see the best combinations of what they can do to for the upcoming World Cup. I'm sure in the Caribbean
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
USA because it's no use just India. The India team, there's no Kohli. There's a whole bunch of players
I
missing.
know,
So,
I know.
and what I've noticed with Australia, it's almost as though if um, what's Glenn Maxwell is not playing, they're just
Ah,
they're not
they don't fire.
they don't fire because he didn't play in this game yesterday.
Yeah, it was both weakened teams, but yeah, I believe India still wanted to prove a point.
Hmm.
Although in my opinion it's a dull point because they lost the World Cup. But I mean, they have still proven a point in my opinion. But what was surprising for me, and India is very harsh sometimes on their coaches and their players. So Rahul Dravid signed a contract extension to
He
remain head
did.
coach. So
He
I was
did.
like, whoa, they didn't fire him. Look at that.
No, they didn't fire him, and there was actually some talk that he may stop coaching and just go on the IPL circuit and make more money, but he
Yeah,
didn't do that. And
no. He has a
yeah,
point to prove. They're
he
talking
has a
about a
point to
point to
prove.
prove. He has
Yeah,
one to prove.
he
Because
wants to
I
go
still
to the
don't think
Caribbean.
it has sunk in yet that he lost the finals. I mean, it must have been a shock to his system.
Well, they played some very good cricket, so to just
Yeah,
lose that one game the
I
wrong
know.
time,
I
yeah.
know.
So I
I know.
think he wants to go to the Caribbean and win that World Cup.
I believe so. They're
So
coming hard for it, I believe.
yeah, there will be a lot of cricket happening in the West with the West Indies, not in the West Indies, but with the West Indies. The emerging team started their second game against Ireland to their second 4-day game. They
Yeah,
won the first one quite handily, and
easily. Yeah.
it was quite a rout actually in the second innings, bowling out the emerging team for 64.
That's a little surprising to me, but anyway, I guess they're on a roll.
They're on a roll, especially how they started out. I think the first game they played in the ODI, they were probably a bit complacent, saying, they had Ireland emerging team on the ropes, but then
Yeah,
they let them go. And
yeah.
but the coach had some strong words with them, and they
Which is how it
bounced back
should be.
well.
Which is how it should be. When you
Yeah.
go out there to play, you go out there, you demolish your opponent, and then you come back in. So, no easing up and giving anybody any breaks out there.
No, it shouldn't be that way for sure. You're gonna play. You're gonna play hard.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the other West Indies A team, they're in South
South
Africa,
Africa, yeah.
yeah, and South
They
Africa
they
came
fell
back.
asleep. They fell asleep at the at the wheel.
Africa came back with a very big win, and
That is
I
a
used to forget.
demolition, man. It was like, what happened here?
Not a big surprise to me, though, Raja, because I think the West Indies A team is short on batting, and
Or maybe some of the I don't know. I mean, Paul is there, and he didn't do anything. Kurt McKenzie is there; he hasn't done. I mean, so they're
Kirk
there, but
McKenzie.
they're just
Yeah.
not performing.
Yeah, Kirk McKenzie is one that, and Chandler Paul. Those two guys have played tests recently, and you
Yeah,
thought that they will stamp, make a lot of runs and stamp their
exactly. It's a great
place
opportunity for them to show how good they are, and they've let
and,
themselves down big time.
and cement their place in West Indies testing. But now
Yeah.
people are asking, do they belong there?
Well, that's my question. I mean, I'm sorry, Kirk doesn't look like he's ready.
No, I don't think Kirk is ready. I think he still needs some more cricket under his belt,
Correct, from what I
and
see.
he should not be playing Test cricket yet. But yeah, there's some good looks from the team, but not good enough.
Not good enough. Not good enough. And if you were to put a Kurt McKenzie in, what would you say to Mr. Bravo?
Enjoy your retirement.
Oh, yeah, he's not taking that too well either.
Nah, he can enjoy his retirement. I don't think we need Bravo back in the West Indies team right now. That's my opinion.
And that's a touchy topic for the Bravo family, but I mean, he has a point. He says, if you have three teams out there playing, and I mean, I'm the number one batsman in the league here in the Caribbean, and I can't get called for any one of them. I need to take some time to think what's going on in my life here, my cricket life. So
Yeah,
the message has been sent. He's done.
he's yeah. I think he's done. He's done basically, unless they fire the selectors and then get a new set
He's gonna-
and they pick him. Uh,
it's not gonna
I
happen.
saw someone posted that actually one of yeah he said that Bravo is gonna be in the World Cup team for in the next in 2027. So, but
I mean, there's going to be a Legends World Cup or something, or
uh,
Masters World Cup or
Masters
something.
World Cup, he's just going to be 38 at the time, so he
And
still have some cricket in him. But West Indian cricket on a whole, Roger, West Indies cricketers, they develop much later than the other countries.
it seems that way. There's not a lot of 19, 20-year-olds coming up and looking exciting. It's more the maturing one at 28 going into 30. So
Yeah.
it shows that there's something fundamentally wrong with Cricket West Indies, but um, yeah, that's just what it is today.
Should the territories take some of the blame for not playing enough cricket?
Including Jamaica, yeah. So I mean, in Jamaica now they're giving out free to the schools, all of that. They're trying to drum up support and get it
Hmm.
back on track. But I mean, across the Caribbean, they need to do that. They need to start at a young age. If you're not interested in the sport as a young person, then it's hard for you to get interested in it when you get older. So
Yeah, it
they need
is.
to do something different. And Jamaica's track and field is great because at 5, 6 year old they're racing already. Cricket, nothing happens, and
Well, I'm
these
always
players
telling you that Cricket West Indies authorities need to administrators and they need to go sit down with the JCA and find out what do you do. The
exactly.
what is it, JT, Jamaica Track and Field?
Yeah,
Yeah,
J3A
J,
is Jamaica has three.
J3A, right? J
Yeah,
Triple A, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
administration.
so they need to go and sit with them and figure out what are you doing, what are you doing right.
They could pay me and I could tell them because I know
Well,
what they're doing.
so put in a proposal.
I should.
Yeah, send a proposal. It will
Yeah,
probably work because, yeah, they need some help for sure.
they do. Or maybe they
Some,
could just ask Dave Cameron. Very
and
political though,
yeah,
but I think he knows too. Yeah,
you probably will know what to do. Yeah.
yeah. See what.
Well, tomorrow's series starting with England. It just crept up. The first of
Yeah.
three ODIs start tomorrow in Antigua, and before it started, a shock retirement because Shane
I
Doris.
don't know. At first, I saw it and I was like, is he having mental breakdown? I mean, it's not the first time he has done something like this, right?
No,
It's the
he
second
left.
time now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
something is really 10 days after being recalled, you're going to retire? I'm confused.
yeah. It was really a shocking one to hear him say he's announced his international retirement with immediate effect after being in the camp, and
Did
maybe
something happen?
something.
Are you aware of something behind the scenes that
No,
happened?
I think as you just said, it's probably mental with him.
10
Maybe
days.
he was there and he realizes
This is
he's
not
not
for him?
enjoying it. It's not for him. It's not what he
Wow.
want to do anymore.
Wow.
Something because I was it a New Zealand tour that he pulled out of before?
Yes, before. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he's out for what, 3 years? They recall him and then 10 days
Hmm.
after he retires? I'm just confused.
It is confusing, but what are your prospects? What do you think of this year? Because England is only have 6 players from the last World Cup, which they just got knocked out of quite easily.
You
And
know, I actually
there's,
believe West Indies is going to do well.
I
I think
think
they're
it's
going to
going
do
to
well.
be.
I think they're
Well,
going to do well. They probably will win the series. I mean, I'm not sure if England is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying because they lost, they didn't do well in the World Cup, and they're probably on their way down, and they're probably struggling to get their rhythm back. The West Indies is catching them at a good time, is my opinion. So, if they can nail that and win maybe the first game or so, then they may have a chance to win the series.
I think so. It's going to be competitive, I believe, because
Yes,
it's a young England team. And the only
yes.
little concern that I have about West Indies is that they haven't played much cricket recently. And with that, would they be match rusty? I know they've been practicing, but would they be rusty a bit?
I just think West Indies mental is just too weak for them to lock in and win when they're supposed to win. So that's behind them. And as you said, they're not playing enough either. They're going to have challenges. But as I said, now it's a good time for them to win because they're catching England. Young players coming off a bad series. I think they have a chance to do something.
Yeah, it's true. So we'll update you on that series, which starts tomorrow in Antigua. 2 matches in Antigua, then the third and final match goes to Barbados, and then after that, the T20 series, 5 match T20 series starts.
Yes, 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 for
Yeah,
sure.
so great. It's just some news and notes to wrap up before we get into track and field and stuff. Sorry, Dominica no longer hosts for the T20.
I saw that. I mean, I thought, Jamaica did their thing and a lot of people gave them a hard time. But what should we say to Dominica now? I mean, this would have been huge for them.
It would have been huge, but that's what people question. Think it's and Jamaica didn't bid, so you're saying
Yeah.
now Dominica now saying we cannot meet the
We c-
requirements by the date.
Exactly. They
Too much.
couldn't meet it. They think they could meet it, and they withdrew, and they got a lot
Mm,
of slack,
yeah,
flack for it. And now Dominica is saying, "Oh, I'm in, and now I gotta come out. I can't do this either."
yeah. So what is ICC asking? I
And
mean,
that's what I'm
it
wondering.
seems like the standards for the Caribbean always the requirements for it just seem to go up. The last time in 2007, all the islands had to build new stadiums, and
We
now
built
you're
new stadiums.
asking to do more work again. So I don't
I
understand.
I don't understand. I mean, I know Jamaica said it would have cost something like 450
Yeah.
million just to get it up to scratch to what they wanted it to be, and that's a
Mhm.
huge investment for a few days. So it would be hard to justify. So
Yeah, it
I
would be
don't know.
very hard to justify that for sure. Other news, we spoke about Doris already. So West Indies have a new kit sponsor, and they signed with Macron.
Macron, yeah, good
So
move.
good,
Is that a good move?
yeah, good for them. I understand that the other company that they were with were in a bit of trouble, so
Okay,
good
yeah.
move at good right time.
You
And
better find a secure company, man. You
they
can't
do,
play around with something like that.
they do, and yes, I'm just curious to see, Roger, how this cricket and Christmas works. I think is a good initiative. I think a lot
Yeah,
of English fans are going to be there. I
I
just
think so.
worry whether we're going to be the underdogs because they'll have the 12th man with the
Yeah,
amount of fans.
that's the funny thing, you know what? It's playing in the Caribbean, and they may be outnumbered in the stands. So
They
that's
might be.
really shocking. But and we're, I mean, I used to see cricket. That would never, ever, ever happen. But it's
Yeah,
possible it's going to happen this time.
quite possible, but good for the economy in Antigua,
Yeah,
Barbados, and wherever else is hosting. So
true, true.
I'm
It's
sure
good.
they'll be smiling. Yeah,
The timing is good because you'd come down for Christmas time anyway if you're coming from Europe or North America. So
yeah,
it's a good time to come watch some cricket if you're into cricket. So that's great from a tourism point of view. But weird, the people that live there are not so keen about it.
yeah. Christmas is just a Caribbean thing that people get right into, and
But yeah,
but
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see how the crowds attend. I hope
Then
they
yeah,
do.
I
And
hope they give them some incentive too. Change up something to make it more appealing for more people to show up.
and then Sundays in the Caribbean, starting on a Sunday, traditional churchgoers,
Today, yeah.
and so you may not see the local crowd until later in the day.
Yeah, that is correct. That is
Yeah,
correct because church is number one in the Caribbean.
yeah.
so, so that's totally understandable.
It is.
We'll see. And one more
So,
thing on cricket.
mhm.
Um, Uganda. What are you saying about Uganda?
Wow, Uganda. Wow, wow. That's all I can say. Uganda, they beat two of the teams that I didn't expect them to beat, Zimbabwe and Kenya, and
I was
cemented this.
shocked. It's like I know you've been there. I think you've been there.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah, I've
you
been
that
to
made it
Uganda.
change? Is it you that made it change?
No,
I don't see where they're
I
coming from
didn't
with this.
see it. I didn't see it, but they've obviously put a lot of work in their cricket.
Apparently,
They had a coach I know from South Africa,
okay.
and he's
Was it
been
was
doing
it your
some
friend telling?
good work. No, it's not Reese. We should probably love to have that job. But yeah, they've done some good work there in Uganda for real,
Great work. They're
and
on their way to the 20,
they're on the
T20
way.
World Cup in
Mhm.
2024. So wow.
But how does Zimbabwe go back home? The players.
I'm confused. I mean, I thought they were a lock to get through this thing.
I was when I saw the African finals, I just said Zimbabwe plus one other. With the other one other I had was Namibia.
Not Namibia, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have Uganda in the mix, and I thought if there was going to be an upset, it would have been Kenya.
Kenya, yeah.
Yeah, so Uganda,
They
kudos to
came out
them.
of talking about coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it shows that with the right training infrastructures put in place, you can. And T20 cricket, especially,
Yes.
anyone can upset the
That's
other.
what we're noticing now. I mean,
Yeah,
Netherlands have done it a few times,
yeah.
so yeah, now Uganda. So never mark out anybody when it comes to T20.
No, you can't.
Interesting,
Yeah,
interesting. But that is, I mean, it was cool to see. Although I was like, what is happening here? But kudos to
yeah.
them. It's going to be
Good,
interesting to see when they
definitely.
come to the Caribbean next year, how well they will do. But
Um,
I can
depends
only
on.
say, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said when they won. I said, "Wow," and it all depends on the grouping too, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But yeah, it's a big day for them in Uganda.
Oh, I'm sure that they are the heroes. Welcome
Yeah, for sure.
back
They
home.
deserve it
Yeah,
though.
they do.
Yeah,
They do deserve it. Yeah,
absolutely deserve it.
partying in the streets.
Yep, I agree with them. They need to party on this one. So,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So you're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. It's the Roger and Ingle Sports Hour, and we're gonna get into some track and field now. And Roger, lots been happening off field, the training, and I think one of your Jamaican athletes have joined an American now.
Yes. Alana Reed,
Yes, I saw some pictures of her training with.
she was forced to go there. So, but anyway, she's now training with Shakari Richards.
Yeah.
And, I think how Nike does it most of the time these days is you got to go with a Nike coach. And I think
Mm,
the choice was her to go with MVP in Jamaica or Shakari's Dennis Mitchell over there in Florida. And they ended up in Florida. So I'm not even sure 100%. They were very happy that they had to do that, but because she wanted to stay with her high school coach. But she's there with Shakari, and it's going to be very, very interesting. She's a very, very, very hard worker. So let's see if she can pick up stuff from Mitchell from the camp, and TT Terry's there too. So I mean, she has competition in training. So let's see how far
mm,
she can go. The
yeah.
national record holder for Jamaica as a junior. So let's see how well she does. But if you're around Shakari, you're
Oh
around
yeah.
Shakari. So, big news for her though.
Yeah.
There's rumors out there. So let's talk about
Hmm.
the facts first. So fact is, Forbes has named her as 30 under 30 2024 list. She's
Wow.
making that list. Top 30
Okay.
under 30. So kudos to Shakari. I mean, a lot of people say a lot of things about her, but
Hmm.
she has millions of supporters all over the world
She
and
does.
on her social media. And she's top 30 under 30. So she's doing something right. But now let's get to the rumors. So the rumor
Yeah.
says that she signed a 5-year deal with Nike for $20 million. But that's just a rumor. I don't know how true that is, but that's what's going around the circuit today. That she's
Mm,
getting Ingle, this young
20
lady,
million.
$20 million for track and
Won't,
field.
won't be surprised because there's so much money going around.
Round, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, they
And
always said, "Oh, she hasn't won anything yet." Now she has won something, but this is a
mhm.
lot of money. I think. I
It
think.
is a lot of money for track and field. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like both like money, or more than
Hmm.
both like money
Right.
actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
or close to both like money. I think no, both was getting 10 million a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
she should have been 50. But yeah, she's for the female side of stuff. That's put it way above everybody. So interesting to
wow.
see if that is true or not.
We will wait to find out instead of just.
Hopefully it's true because I mean that's where the sport needs to go to,
Yeah,
right?
it needs to go there. And then there's so much talk about equal pay for men and
Yep.
women. So
Yeah.
it'll be a
So,
good step in the right direction.
and she's doing well in terms of generating interest in the sport. She's doing fantastic actually. So she deserves whatever she's getting. So kudos to her, and may she continue to strive. And let's see what she does next year when it really counts in Paris. So
She's going to be second at best.
some people say third, or some people say fourth, but let's
But,
see. I think she has a chance to win, though. I will say, but let's see what she does. Let's see what she does. The track news, Joseph Cheptegei. So he's one of my favorite runners. Another one from Uganda, and he is not on the track. He's now on the roads. He's taking his debut in the marathon in
mm,
Valencia, Spain.
another
He's the
one.
world record holder for 5,000 and 10,000. So you know what? I love watching him run. He's a fun guy to watch, but I've never seen him on the roads. And for the first time, he's going to marathon, 26.2 miles. So let's see. Let's see exactly how he transitions to the road. I know a lot of the females have gone and done extremely well, but let's see how well he does. I mean, I actually give him a shot to win because he's such a great competitor.
Yeah, you should. A lot of them have transitioned to the marathon and done
Yeah,
well.
yeah, they have done really well, and they do make
Yeah.
a lot of money over there too. And on the female side of that race in Valencia, you're gonna have Almazayana of Ethiopia. She was a former 10,000-meter world record holder as well. We're gonna have Genzibi Dibaba of Ethiopia as well. She's gonna be in the race, so it's a big race on both male and female sides. So let's see how that one goes. The marathon tomorrow over there in Valencia, Spain.
Mm.
Well, let's get back into North America. So, Coach Ranareda over there in Florida, Tumbleweed Track and Field Club, he was under investigation for all of that, and a lot of athletes left him.
Yeah.
But now I think he has gotten back his crew because Andre DeGrasse returned to him.
Hmm.
And he also got Olympic champion Marcel Jacobs starting to train with him this year. And he's made a bold statement. He says he believes he can get five finalists in that 100-meter finals next year,
Finally.
five from his camp. And I was like, what is he smoking?
Uh,
But, but that is his belief. And this is his lineup: Marcel Jacobs from out of Italy,
hmm.
Trayvon Bromell from America, Andre DeGrasse from Canada, Sandy Brown, which I think is going to struggle to make it, out of Japan, and Jerome Blake out of Canada. So let's see. I
Maybe you'll have
think,
four.
what's that?
You may have four, maybe
I think he may have
three.
three. That's the most he could get, I believe, three. Based on what I see out there, I mean, you still got a lot of people to beat. Right?
Jacobs. Yeah.
You got Noah Lyles out there, you got Tobogo out there,
Yeah,
you got
it's
the
a lot.
Jamaicans out there, you got all these people running fast. I don't know if Sandy Brown and Jerome Blake can cut it. And I don't know. Jacobs hasn't proven to me that he can be, as we say in horse racing terms, sound enough. So he's often injured, and that's a challenge for me. But who knows? Maybe he's gonna find his strength to be consistent now and do what he needs to do. But yeah, he has a great shot. He's the Olympic champion, ran 9.80, so you got to give him his tries. You got Trayvon Bromell gone 9.7. You have Andre, who may struggle to make the finals as well, but he's always consistent and doing
Hmm.
his thing in the 100. So you never know. But Sandy Brown is going to be challenged, and Jerome to make it. So he may get 3 out of 5, but I mean, if you're in a camp where you have 5 guys potentially can make it, then it's a huge camp, and
That's a big
they may
gap.
push themselves to something great.
Maybe you know something we don't know.
Oh, certainly he does. He does. He's with them all the time.
Yeah.
So also we saw Stephen Gardner, the reigning Olympic champion in the 400 meters. Bahamas has said, you know what, you are a superhero. So he has been given Bahamas' highest award, the Golden
Mm.
Jubilee Independence Award of
Oh,
Supreme
nice.
Honor. So kudos to him. He said he's coming back to win next year as well. But it's good to see athletes getting these types of awards in their country because he has put his not only putting them on the map, but he has made a huge difference to Bahamian track and field. So he deserves what he's getting. Olympic champion, he's a world champion. He has done a lot of good things for the sport, and I'm happy to see that they're recognizing that and giving him Bahamian the highest award. So kudos to him.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good to see.
And I think one of the athletes from Barbados was given an award for their 57th independence as well.
Yes, so Sada Williams, who trains in
Um,
Jamaica,
yeah.
she was awesome on the character stage. She came to Jamaica to train with Stephen Francis at MVP, and now she has gone on to, I mean, world champion, bronze medalist,
Mhm.
surprising a lot of people. Come on, so she has gone really, really well, and kudos to her. I didn't expect her to go 49, but she did, and she's getting better and stronger every year. So let's see what she can do in the Olympics next year. But she's getting a lot of little awards, and I think she may find a way on the podium in Paris. But she's found an outside horse to come and do something special because I really like her as an athlete.
Yeah, she was given the Gold Trident Award.
Award,
So,
yep,
yeah.
yep. A really nice young lady. So always good to see the humble ones getting awarded for their performances. And
Yes.
yeah, quickly to wrap up on track and field, we're talking about the Olympics next year and what is going to be on the track. But off the track, I think the mayor is saying that they're going to have problems with transit. So they're putting
Yes.
steps in place already. Can you believe they have doubled the price of the tickets already to ride on their metro? I'm like, what?
I think it
I
should be
would
the other way around because
exactly.
you're
You
going to
want
have more
people, but
traffic. Yeah.
yeah, but no, they said it's going to be double next year. So that's a strange move in my opinion.
It seems very strange, yeah, but
But they
maybe,
say they're gonna have
yeah,
problems. I guess they're trying to get ahead of the curve and say, you know what, you can't afford to ride on this train anymore. Only tourists can ride on these trains.
yeah,
But it's disheartening to see. It's not encouraging.
it is. No, it's not encouraging because locals also want to go to the Olympics. So
They want us. That's the big
they
thing
want
for them.
to, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. When I went to like South Korea in 2011 for Daegu, it was free when we came there. It was free to ride on their transit, as long as
yeah.
you show that you're coming for the thing and had a ticket. You could ride for free. So that's how it should be.
Same, yeah, the same as the recent World Cup soccer final, football.
Yeah,
There was free once you had a ticket to the game, you had free
yeah.
transit.
That's how it should be. That's
Yeah,
how it should be. And then you encourage people to see your place, right? You see the country, you see what's going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. Strange decisions. Let's switch over to soccer. If you had anything in track and field,
no, that's it. That's
that's
it.
it.
That's right. We should
Yeah,
talk
for
some
soccer, we
soccer.
mentioned it in the introduction about Christine Sinclair. So she's playing her final two games on her farewell tour in her home province of British Columbia. And yeah, Canada defeated Australia 5-0. But she's getting a lot of awards, a lot of congratulations, a lot of people showing
Mhm.
up cheering her on. A true legend for the sport, and she deserves everything she's getting. One game to go now, but Christine
One
Sinclair, kudos to her. I tell you, kudos to her. Canada owes her.
Canada won 5-0 in the game last night.
They did 5-0
Yeah,
over. It's not the real Australia team.
it's not reality, yeah, but
Yeah, it's an
still,
experimental team, but it's
it's
still 5-0.
it's a friendly. It didn't mean much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Kristen Sinclair, she didn't get a goal, but
No,
she
she,
played.
she was out there, but yeah, she didn't
Yeah,
get a goal. It would have been awesome to see her get one, but who knows? Maybe
they
she's
could.
saving it for the final game
Yeah,
on her farewell
yeah.
tour. So who
She's got
knows?
the most ever for Canada, 190 goals. So
In the world,
in the
she's the
world,
top.
actually,
Yeah,
top in the
yeah, she's
world.
the
Yes,
leading female goal scorer
most
in
scorer
the
in the world.
world.
Yeah,
So you don't beat that. I can tell
yeah.
you that. So we will see. Let's switch over to Saudi Arabia again. So Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. First of all, he got slammed with a $1 billion lawsuit.
I have to look twice to see that figure.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This guy goes through some things, man. He must be shaking his head now. But yeah, he promoted Binance NFTs, and Binance is going down in the crypto game. So
Hmm.
they're coming after Ronaldo. I don't know if they're gonna win, but he's certainly making the headlines. Certainly making the headlines, and not for a good thing. So I don't know how that's gonna be, but in Saudi Arabia, he was playing in this game, and they actually lost 3-0 in a derby game
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Riyadh. And when he was walking off the field, you know what the fans were saying? Messi, Messi.
Yeah. But
And it's
he
so
actually
funny.
convinced the referee to overturn a penalty.
Yes, yeah, he's influential
Yeah,
that way. But yeah, the crowd is laughing at him.
because yeah, they're just
Oh
yeah.
boy.
If Messi, everybody wants Messi, but he made his
Yeah,
decision.
yeah, he made a smart decision.
Yeah,
But he's also a very honest and down to earth guy because they were interviewing him and he says, you know what? World Cup 2026 is coming up. But given my age, the most normal thing is that I won't be there. So, let's see if he holds on to that. I mean, he's probably going to try, but
Yeah, he's gonna be what, 40, 40
40.
plus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40.
Yeah. So he's like, I
Never
don't
know.
know if I'm going to be there, man.
Yeah,
But
come off
everybody
the
wants to
bench.
see him there. Everybody wants to see him there. So I don't know. But they said he had a slip when he was talking in that interview as well because he called the Major League Soccer a minor league. So I don't know. I
Oh
don't know.
wow.
Maybe it was misinterpreted. I don't know. But maybe it was just a slip of the tongue.
Just a
But
slip of the tongue, I think. Yeah.
I think so. It's a major league, not a minor league.
Man,
So,
yeah.
oh boy. But yeah, for soccer, talking about the MLS and Vancouver Whitecaps head coach, Ivani Sartini. He was not Vancouver, the Whitecaps head coach. So he was suspended for joking about a ref dying. So he lost the
Wow.
game and he was I don't know if he was upset, but he joked about the ref dying, which is just
I,
unfair to any ref
that's
to hear that.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Mm.
why, but people say things, crazy things these days. But yeah, that's
Sometimes,
what
yeah,
I
people
talk
just
about.
say things that they regret afterwards.
I'm certainly sure that he did because he got suspended, so he didn't want that in his career. And finally, the EPL this weekend. You
Hmm.
know, I see Chelsea still struggling. Manchester United seems to be on their way up and up. So let's see.
Yeah,
But Man U takes on Newcastle, which is going to be a tough game for them. They got hammered the
that's
first time they played. So let's
that's
see what
the
happens
late
this
game
time.
today.
It is a late game today.
Yeah,
While Man City is going to take on Tottenham tomorrow.
yeah,
Big game.
big,
Big
very
game.
big game. Yeah,
Big name clubs. Let's see how that one goes. I think Man City needs to win to get back on top. So let's see what they do.
and then some scores so far for at halftime. These are all halftime scores. Arsenal 2-0 over Wolves.
Yep.
Brentford and Luton 0-0, and Burnley 2-0 over Sheffield United. So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
those
So
are the three games so far. And Saka has scored, so good.
kudos to him. I think he's probably the best striker out there right now. But let's see how long he can maintain that. But I love.
Bellingham, Bellingham will probably have a question for you there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think Saka more plays the wing, and Bellingham is more like an attacking midfielder. But yeah, from a goal scoring point of view, yeah, Bellingham is probably the
He's
one out there right now. There, a lot of people said he reminds them of Zidane. So if you get that type of comparison, you don't need
mm,
anything higher than that. So I love Jude Bellingham, though. I think he has a tremendous career ahead of him.
yeah, he does have one. So we coming to the end. We just got like 1 minute to wrap up. Anything else on football? Do you want to
No, that's
to
it. That is it.
the women, the women's side? I think not much happening there. Chelsea's still leading in the women's.
Yes, yes, they're
Okay.
still, and I'm always
So
watching out for Manchester City because of Khadija Bunny Shaw, but
she scored a hat trick recently, didn't
she
she?
did last week. She did.
Last week, yeah.
She did.
So Chelsea still 22 points, Arsenal 19, Man City 16.
Yeah.
So that's the Chelsea I'm supporting now.
Uh, the men are no longer good enough, so you
No,
turn your
I'm
support to the
supporting the
women.
women now. Yeah, so that's the one I'm supporting.
Still Chelsea, so
It's still,
I support you on this.
yeah. So thanks to all the audience for listening audience out there. Whatever you do this weekend, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good rest of your day and stay safe.
Stay safe, everyone. See you next week.